Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Mika Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is the Vegan Society, and you can help me help them by donating to our fundraiser here on Twitch, visiting their website, which I've posted in the chat, or simply by watching my streams and bringing your friends, because I'll be making my own donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. If you enjoyed today's stream, please support my creative work by becoming a Twitch subscriber to remove ads and get cute emotes, joining my Patreon for illustrated postcards and prints in the mail, or sending me some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to all these are in my Twitch About section or in the YouTube description if you're watching the recording. Today is Thursday, which means it's our last day of illustration this week, and I am back to work on my Onomatopoeia bees. This is part of a larger project where I am illustrating cute rainbow animals in order to teach animal onomatopoeia, that is animal sounds, in English and Japanese. So we made an excellent amount of progress yesterday. But something that I realized when I was looking at this really small when I opened the file for the first time today. Says some of these lines I feel are still a little bit too dark, especially this B right here. It almost still looks black. So the first thing I want to do today is adjust these lines even more. I feel like this red one has the balance that I want. I want it to be dark enough that it still looks like an outline, but I want it to be more gentle on the eyes. So let's start by adjusting the ones that really stood out to me when I was looking at it super tiny. So I guess this would be big left. Let me make sure. Yep. And what I'm going to do for the adjustment is have it tiny so that I can get a better idea of what the change looks like overall. Instead of just looking at the B, I'm looking at the whole image. So first we'll just up saturation. Even from far away, that's too much. I mean, up the lightness, not saturation. So up the lightness, but we'll also turn up the saturation. That's definitely better. Still not quite what I'm looking for though, so maybe we turn the lightness down just a bit. Yeah, I think that's better. The next one that stood out, it's too strong, was this one. Oops. Oh right, I already clicked it. Okay. And zoom out all tiny. Change this one. So I can't remember, I think it was about 5 or 6 when I did up for the lightness. I think saturation I turn up to 20. Of course it just depends color by color because I didn't just choose the same color and change the hue. I changed all kinds of stuff between all the different ones. It seems a little bit too light. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be making a difference. Let's look at this up close too. I guess that's alright. Okay, there's still a few more. I think mostly this one, and this one. Guess I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on this. Can't see it so small. Well, that's too much. Yeah, that's better. And let's do this purple bee. Oops. Am I choosing the lines? There we go. Oh, that's going to be too much. That's good. I've adjusted those. Maybe this one. It's tough because I want it to be dark enough against the shadow colors, but not too dark against the highlight colors. And I'm also thinking about how making the bees that are supposed to be farther away, that's why they're smaller, are supposed to be farther down. We're looking top down in this scene. Having the lines be lighter helps encourage that sense of distance. So for these smaller ones especially, I feel like it would be beneficial to lighten it up a little bit more than I have done for these bees that are really up close. Oh, Sarah's here. Hello, Sarah! Yay! Thank you so much. We subscribed for 21 months at Tier 1. Thank you so much. Yay! Oh, yeah. Well, not your newborn life. but the new mom life, right? Or I guess life with a newborn, right? That's what you meant. I get it. That's okay. Living with a newborn. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for joining, even though you were obviously going to be super busy. I appreciate that you stopped by today. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going all right. As you can see, I am still working on this Onomatopoeia bees piece. I've made a lot of progress. Yeah, I like these lines now. So the lines are good. Yay! So I can just close that whole folder. All the lines. Good. Yay! Oh, so what's next? I have to think. We finished highlights yesterday. I just finished adjusting the lines. Oh, I could start figuring out how I'm going to add the look of wings fluttering. How am I going to do that? Okay, I'm going to have to look up some reference images. I'm going to get on my iNaturalist app, which is where I've been finding all the lovely photos of the bees that I'm using as models. That sucks. Hopefully it heals all right. That's not good. Well, I'm sending you healing vibes. Get lots of rest. Water, nutrition. Okay, I'm trying to find. Okay, explore. And then we're going to find. What am I looking for? Hunt's Bumblebee. That's what this is called. Hunt's Bumblebee. Throughout the United States. Search. Okay, I am looking for photos of these lovely bees in flight. Yeah, here's one, and you literally can't see the wings. So they're moving so fast. There's not even a blur of an indication. Okay. A lot of these are on flowers because it's easier to take a picture of a bee exploring a flower. Surface level not deep. Oh, antibiotics. Yeah, well, I hope it all goes well. Hang in there. Pichu the Godslayer is here too. Hello, thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate it as always. Yay, so great to see you. Hope you're having a great day. What is this cute emote? Eep. Looks like a green kitty. I think it is a green kitty. Okay. You're in my squeaky chair. I am still looking for... Oh, here's one flying. Yeah, it's just like a sort of generic shape of wings, and you can see some highlight, but it's all just blur. So maybe what I will do is create a wing-shaped patch of color. And then blur it in Photoshop. Alien sleepy cat emoji. So that's what that is. So it looks like it's pretty cute. My voice is more broken? It's more used up today because during my writing work today on my novel, I I got far enough that I wanted to reread everything in the chapter so I could see how it all flows together. So I read it out loud. I like to read it out loud so that I can hear it, not just see it, because it does make a big difference to read your writing out loud versus to just read it in your head. But now my voice is all scratchy and keeps breaking easily. Took a sip of my tea just now. My delicious cold herb tea. Maybe that'll help. I'm still scrolling, so sorry there's nothing visually interesting going on my stream right now, but I'm still scrolling through these lists of images. Oh, this is a really nice one. And the person's username who submitted this photo is called Watercolorist. Yeah, this is a great one. So it's not just a single patch of sort of Gaussian blur. It's a motion. You can see the motion of the blur moving back and forth in the wings. I'm going to use this one as my example. And I've got the shape of the wings already drawn out here, so all I'd have to do is draw that shape coming out from these bees. Then we can put a blur effect on it. Okay, I'm gonna set this reference image over here to my side. Oh, there go the fans on my tower. It's another hot one today. Not as bad as yesterday. Still, it's definitely summer. Okay, I have just moved my keyboard and mouse over to my side so that I can pull my tablet monitor down in front. Let's see, the wing color, I've made it the same as the rest of the bee, so that makes it easier. So we'll just copy this color. I'm just going to try it. Where am I going to put this? Its own layer, or should I? Probably better to match it. Then again, it needs to go. I'll figure out how I'm going to do this. I've never done anything quite like this before. Just thinking about how to make it work. I guess it would help if I was going to start with this big bee because it's, going to be the biggest amount of drawing that I have to do. But maybe it'll be better if I start with this small bee and then I can figure it out. I'm thinking about the layering because I do want it on top of the line, so I might just have to erase away where I don't want it. So I want it on top of these bee lines. Bee lines. But I wouldn't want it on top of these flower lines, for instance, because this flower is above this particular bee. All this thinking is making me tired. Yeah, I guess I'll just make a whole new folder. Call it Wings. Close the color folder just to make things simpler for me. Make a new layer. Then let's zoom in. Just try this little one first. What have I been calling this one? Bee left up in. So we'll name it the same. thought that next time, it hasn't mattered that much, I realize now, that I named these based on their location, because I ended up doing it more by their vertical location than their placement across the screen from left to right or up to down. And maybe next time for the next one, I'll just name them like names. Like this one could be Samantha. This one is Betty. This one's Haruka. It's not really here in the wings folder. It doesn't really matter that it's a bee because there's no wings on the flowers. But I'm naming it the same either way so that it will be the same when I right click here. And I'll see be left up in for whatever layer. So lines be left up in, or color be left up in. But if this bee was named Samantha, I think I'm going to do that next time. And I'll have fun naming the bees. Well, it won't be bees though. I don't remember which animal I'm going to work on next, but okay. So the general shape curves in. It has this little whoopy whoop on the end. Makes a kind of triangle shape. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's try this. This is one of those things that kind of gives me anxiety to try because I don't know how it's going to work. But can't figure it out unless I try. So let's just do it. Something like that. I don't like it. Okay. Comes out like right in between. This little heart shape is actually where the joints are for the wings, where they connect to the body. And it come out pretty far. It seems like the length of the body is about the length of the wing. Based on this image I'm looking at, this reference image. Something like that? Hold on. I guess that's what it looks like. We've got these little ones too. I guess it doesn't matter too much because we're going to be blurring it. Let's just try. Okay, let's just see what it looks like if I put a blur effect on this. So obviously I'm going to fix this later where it's going over the flower. That makes no sense. But right now, let's just see what we can do with a... I'm not sure if we want a motion, but I think I want a radial blur. Oh, but it doesn't have a preview. Let's just see what happens if I do this. Oh, that's not bad. That's kind of what we're looking for. That was just too much. I wonder if I can do it. There's a blur gallery. Spin blur. What is this little pin? If I put it right here, does that determine where it's gonna... Oh, look how cool that is! That is awesome! I have never used this before. Dude, that is exactly what I need. Neat. Okay, what if we do? So, oh, it looks so fast. That is awesome. This is exactly what I needed. Yay! So this is pretty fun because I'm just getting to explore a new tool. So if I make it smaller, how much does it change it? Interesting. Make it really big, what does it do? Doesn't actually seem to change it all that much. Okay. So it's more the angle. I can do a huge amount. Oh, it's just a circle of green. Nope, that's way too much. Well, there's other ones. What's iris blur? Tilt shift. I think I've seen that before. Oh, let's put it in the middle. Got to pin it in this middle part here. Interesting. No, I think the spin blur is what I want. I think it's stuck on the tilt shift. I'm bringing it back to the spin blur. Oh, there we go, updating. Maybe this is too complicated though. Maybe there's a simpler one in the old school blur filters. Alright, hold on. Let's... How do I get rid of this? I'm going to click cancel. Let's try something else. Now we We did radial blur, but it didn't have a preview. Let's see what motion blur does. Well, this might be what I want, but we don't want it to move that way. We want it to move this way. Hold on. I'm having to experiment this whole thing. I've never done anything quite like this before. Trying to make bee wings, blurry bee wings. So what if we do it with translucent wings to start? Maybe I need a little bit more detail on the wings. So ultimately it's just ending up a blur of that one color. But when I'm looking at this reference photo, even though it doesn't look like a still wing at all, it does have a wide variation in the brightness and the darkness that was captured by this camera when the photo was taken. Oops, it didn't collect the color that I wanted. There we go. There. Now I've put a lot more color in here. I don't feel like there's any reason to make it really super detailed or like very accurate like these ones, because it's just going to blur it anyway. But I want to get some information in there so that when it does get blurred, it looks more believable. So let me go back to this blur gallery and see if this helps. Oh, it does! Look! That's more like what I was hoping for. Awesome! I think this is going to be what I want to do. The blur angle 15, actually, that's the default. Actually seems about right. Just based on this single reference image that I'm using. The only thing maybe it's actually fine that it goes over the top of the bee, but we definitely don't want it going over the top of the flower. I'm going to click OK. And okay, it's applying the blur. Once this is applied, I'm going to change the name of the folder to indicate what tool I just used, so that in case it takes me longer than today to get this. Ah, no! Why don't you rename it? What's this? Oh, I hit enter instead of shift. Because I'm having to type with my keyboard all sideways. Anyway, I wanted to put this, I don't know if it'll let me, so filter. And blur gallery, I think is what it was called. It's hard to type with one hand. And then, oh, what was it called? I can't remember. Will it let me look in there? Oh, it will. But it won't let me open it. Okay, so we'll just save it saying that. And then we'll go in here and see. Ah! I have to be on a layer or it still won't let me look. Okay, filter, blur gallery, spin blur 15 degrees is what we use. There's no degrees thingy on my keyboard. Ah! This did not type what I wanted it to. Okay, caret there, and then put the close parentheses there. Thank you. There, filter blur really, and cuts it off here, but then I can see spin blur 15, so I can use that in the future to get the rest of these done. But let's continue working on this. I'm glad I started with this small one. First off, we can just completely erase where it's covering the flower, and I think the easiest way to do that would be to go on the lines layer and do a selection. Actually, I don't even have to go on the, well, yeah, I do. Okay, magic wand tool. And shift, so we can add, we'll add this. Oh, it didn't add this. Okay, so we'll go to color. Flowers. Bloom big center. And shift. Add that there. So now I'll just erase right here. But not on this layer. On the B left up in. Interesting, it's still, oh, it's only at opacity 90? Has it always been that way all this time? I hope not. Working yesterday this whole time at opacity 90. What? What? Why? Ooh, I hope not. What? Everything looks good, so even if it was, we'll just let it be. It's probably fine. guess just in case I'll erase over here, but I don't think this is actually spread over this far. Okay, now we can deselect. Also, let's save because we made some actual progress here. So let's make sure to save. I haven't saved yet. Okay, so we do have a little bit of transparency happening because of the blur, but I think that it should be even more. So let's take the opacity down. Let's see what, 75%. We also want it to be obvious what's going on here, even if the wings are a little bit more opaque than they would be in the photo, in a real life photo. But I think taking it down even more would be fine. Why can't I click on it to get it 50? I was able to click on it to get 75, but I can't get 50. I can get 49, I can get 51. It doesn't like to be exactly 50 for some reason. Maybe that's a little too translucent. 59. Guess I feel like there's not enough texture. Look, I did it again. I clicked right on 75. Okay. So we've got a little bit of lines happening here, but when I look at the reference photo that I'm using, I think what's happening is the scaliness of the wings themselves is coming through in the photo, and I really like that. It makes this feel kind of weak in comparison. So I'm gonna see if there's something I can do. Do facet. What does that do? What does that? It adds a little bit, but it's not really. Oh, that would be interesting. It adds all this black stuff. That's not really well. If I just do one, that does the same thing. Okay, we don't want that. Color halftone. This also doesn't have preview though. I need to see what it will look like. Oh, this is nice. What does that look like? Kind of stills it a little bit though. Kind of like it though. I feel like it's getting closer to what I'm hoping to achieve. Let's try some other things though. Facet, did I try that already? I think I did. Let's just do it again. Oh yeah, just sort of enhances those lines. Fragment. Oh, this is more like what I want, but I wish I could change it a bit. Oh, that's crazy what it does to edges here. Okay, so I need to go back from what I did for erasing. So I'm going to work on this some more. I need to do it before I erase. Okay, let's try. to be on the layer, not on the folder. Whoa, no. That's not really doing what I thought it might. Go back to the noise filters. I mean the pixelate filters. It's mezzotint. Fine dots, medium dots. Ooh, lines. Oh, but I don't like that angle. No. Makes it look like something bad has happened here, that we can't show it. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh. Although, maybe if I used this first and then blurred it. What if I did that? Let's try that. This whole thing is an experiment. I'm still not exactly sure what I'm trying to make happen. I mean, I have a general idea, but that doesn't mean I know how to get to that point. Okay, so what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, let's try mosaic first. This is like the bee has naughty wings that we can't show. 5? Let's try 5. See what 5 looks like, and then we'll put that blur filter on. I'm giving it a hard time. It's taking a while. I wonder where the blur angle is at 30 now. Before it was at 15. Oh, Saltuita is here. Yay! So many people popping in today. I'm so glad you could join me. How are you? Yay, thank you. Waiting for this blur filter to work. Oh, this might be the solution. This is the kind of lines I was hoping to get. The kind of lines I'm seeing in the photo reference I'm looking at. Although my screen went to sleep. Okay, there we go. I have the photo reference up on my phone and the screen went to sleep. Oh, it's taking its sweet time. It didn't take this long before. At least I don't think so. I wonder why it's taking so long this time. Tired from another hot day of gardening. Oh yeah, so hot out there. Ooh, some Big Bun. You treated yourself. Did you go to that new one that's where the Carl's Jr. used to be? Or the existing one? Oh look, it went back to blur angle 15 degrees. I wonder if I make this 25. Okay, I've got to wait a while for it to update. They're always busy over there. Makes sense. They're really popular little local spot. I like that. I don't know if they still do it, but when I first found out about them, I liked that they had the dedicated vegan fryer. You got a blueberry lemonade. Sounds delicious. Blueberries and lemons go together so well. And I don't think they come from the same part of the planet natively, but we humans have put them together to find a wonderful combination. Although I could be wrong, maybe they natively live in the same area. What stage am I on? I am adding the wings. I realize that's the next thing I need to do, and I like this 25 degrees. Can I zoom out? Oh, can't zoom out because my navigator is... Oh, here we go. The navigator was gone, but I can type 100 here. There we go. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So I'm adding the wings onto the bees that are flying. And I've been spending most of this stream so far working on that. I did update some of the line colors. I felt they were still a little bit too dark first, but after that point, I realized that the wings are the next thing that need to be added. And I have discovered, I think, what my formula is going to be. I was just looking at it. I think I'm just gonna, okay, I'm gonna say, click OK. So I like the 25. I think I like the 25 better. I don't know. Let's try 20. Maybe in the middle. They're little jelly beans. The bees. Oh, and I see what you did there. Beans with the 2 E's. Yep. In my world, they're Technicolor jelly beans. It's great. Man, it's surprising how long this is taking. It did not take this long the first time through. Maybe the mosaic effect. Maybe that made it harder. I'm yawning again. Oh my god. Take a drink of tea while I'm waiting. Feels like it takes longer each time. So maybe it's a good idea if I save after this, just in case Photoshop decides I want to crash. Oh, almost there. Yay. So there's 20. What does this do? Oh no! That's the blur angle. Oh no. I see. You drag it across this circle. I thought I could like move it around the wheel or something. No, that's not how it works. The same as yesterday. Now time to garden on Animal Crossing. Oh, thank you for the follow, Coolor 1, 2, 3. Thank you, thank you. Just like it as a dollhouse. Yep. I think that's why the Happy Home Designer is so awesome. Or it's like Paradise Home Designer or whatever. I can't remember what it's called for the DLC on the Switch, but that one is so... I wish I could just start there, you know? But it always makes you start back on your island, and then I feel obligated to look for a recipe because I don't have all the recipes. So I go to the beach, I look all the recipes, and then people want to talk to me, and then it's like, oh, well, I may as well check the shops and stuff. And then I finally go over to the Paradise Planning. I kind of just want to start over there because it's like just dollhouse. Put everything in there, and it's really fun, and you choose the different colors and stuff. Okay, it's finally done. Let's get back to 20. I shouldn't have touched that ring. Ugh. So I'm going to have to wait for it to update. Updating. Oh no! Where do I get my proteins? Nah, I can tell. Thank you for being vegetarian, helping out the animals. It really matters a lot to me, so I appreciate it. I don't know what your reasons are, but it does help the animals, so I appreciate that. Also, welcome! Thank you for your first time chat, I think. Yeah, first time chat. Thank you, welcome! Hope you're having a great day. Man, I'm chatting with you guys, and I was like, oh, am I neglecting my piece? No, it's still updating this tool. Osato just says, like to design my island like Happy Home Designer. But it makes you wait. I know, I hate it. I hope that if they do another Animal Crossing, they will just make it so you can go into a top-down view of your whole island or town or whatever they decide to do next time. And you can just click and grab. And I understand, like, maybe they want for gameplay's sake to make you wait so you're not just changing around every single day. Maybe you could do one adjustment per building per day or something, and then it just instantly takes effect. That would be great. Yeah, switch to update Happy Island Designer. Yes. Yes, maybe they'll do that. You started with reading philosophy, getting into morals, also trying to eat healthy, just fit it in. Yeah, and last month I started doing the actual whole food vegan. I had one foot in to the whole food thing, but I was still eating tons of junk food too. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going back because I can feel the difference. I mean, every once in a while I'll have a little treat, but for my everyday eating, yeah, the healthy eating, oh, it's so good. Thank you. I'm glad you like my energy. I wonder if sometimes it's a little too much for people, but I just have a lot of energy. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm working on. I have been creating a set of illustrations for what will become an art book, and I'm teaching English and Japanese animal onomatopoeia. So animal sounds like woof woof, wan wan, nya nya, meow meow, and I am on the bees. So I'm illustrating my bees. And we're getting really close to the point where I'll actually add the onomatopoeia onto the scene. But first I've got to add these wings. It takes longer every time. Maybe I shouldn't use this tool. So that's what I'm working on. I'm using Adobe Photoshop. I've got the Creative Cloud version. And yeah, I'm not sure what else I can share. It's hard sometimes. I realize that I will talk about things and others don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I've been realizing that as I talk to different people. So if there's anything you don't understand, let me know. Because it's so hard to not just assume that people know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm making an art book. So I guess while this thing seems to be stuck, I can get the other ones out. And stuck updating. I shouldn't mess with it anymore. Just leave it like that. Alright, animal onomatopoeia. Let's see what I've got here. Do I have something simple that I can... Meow meow illustrations together? I have so many versions of this file. I'll just open it there at once. I don't know. Is this what I want? Oh, look! Yay! Alright. So this is... No, get this out of here. I don't need this. Oh my god! Close. There's a scan document. Get out! There's so many things. Okay, so this is the first one. This is not the first one I finished, but the first one I started. Here's the frogs, crows, mice, owls. It won't go down any further. So I guess this doesn't have them all. Well, that's an example of what I've got. I've also got dogs and cows. I guess I can just show you the dogs. Open. Because this is like stuck. It's stuck now. It's not even doing any. Oh, look, it's doing a circle. Cats aren't blue. Yep. Neither are bees pink. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's going. It has 1%. Wonderful. I'm so happy. Okay, I was going to show you the dogs. Final. This is one of those things where you have final, and you have multiple versions of final. But here's the dogs. I did them about the same as the cats because I figure, oh, they live inside too. The cats and dogs live inside, so they are. These ones are actually all representative because this is the last one I finished and it was part of my capstone project for my illustration degree. And so these two represent the two professors that helped me the most throughout my college career. This one's me, my husband, my 3 siblings, and these 2 dogs represent my real-life dogs at the time. They both passed away by now, but this one has actually got a lot of personal meaning hidden in it. Then, so this is still updating. Come on, you can do it. Does it stop whenever I go to something else, or is it just... Ugh. I'll show you the last one, the cows. Oh, thank you for recognizing. I tried to make people's favorite dog breed. I asked them. Not everybody had a favorite dog breed, but... Yay! I'm glad you recognized that they were different since there are such rainbow colors. Maybe that gets in the way of it. Cows final. So here's the cows. So this is the first one I finished outside of college. So I didn't have that awesome critique environment with, you know, industry professionals guiding me, but I think it turned out pretty good. So that's the cows, and then now I'm working on the bees. So that's what we're working on here today. Oh, I wish this would hurry. I don't know if I can use this if it's going to be like this every time. Although, if what it's looking like now is close to what it's going to be once it's done updating, then I like how this looks because it's got that same line. It's not angular, it's curvy, but it's got that separation of lines that I wanted. What I'm seeing in the photograph that I'm looking at of one of these bees in real life flying. Okay, let's go with it. Let's click OK so that we don't have to sit around some more. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, let's look at the opacity now. It's still too opaque. Oh, that might be good. Yeah, let's do 75. So, here I want to note. Oh shoot, we're past break time. Well, let me take note of what I've done so far, and then we'll take a nice 5-minute break. I'm going to put the note right here where I did before. So first, wow, it won't let me look. So I won't put filter, I'll just have to remember we're going to say mosaic. And I use that all the time, so, oh, if I can spell, dot, 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 and then blur gallery. What was it? I forgot what it's called. Let me go in there and look. Filter, blur gallery, and then spin blur, and we did 20 degrees. Now I've got this information here so that when I do some more of these, and hopefully it won't take this long. This took the better part of an hour. But I'll be able to reference this for the rest of them, which is most of them. Only 3 are landed and have their, and not landed as in they own land, but landed as in they're sitting on a flower. So their wings are still and drawn out properly. So let's save real quick. I don't want to lose all of that stuff that we waited like 20 minutes for it to finally process. And now, let's see, where's my OBS? It's time to take a break. I encourage everyone to take this opportunity to get stretched and refreshed. I'm going to put my be right back sign on, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hello everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. I am all refreshed and ready to get back to work on this illustration. So, I think this is good. We've got the steps to get the blur that we want figured out, and the opacity. I think this looks pretty good. We could always change this really easily. Can't change these steps that we went through as easily. But now we need to erase again. We had to undo the erasing from before. So we're going to use the magic wand tool. And this is the, where is it? The bloom big center. First we're going to select this layer. We also want the lines. So we'll go into the lines folder. Flowers, bloom big center, and hold shift and then select the lines as well. So now we can go onto the wings layer for this bee and just use brush tool, make sure the mode is on clear and clear that off. So now it looks like it's below this flower, which is what I want. And we can deselect. Yay! So the first bee's wings are finally done. We've got how many more to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more. So, let's get started. So let's go to this one. What's this one called? This one is called Be Right Up In. I'm trying to name them the same across the different categories that we've got here. So right up in. Right? Yeah, be right up in. Be right up in. Right up in. So we'll zoom in. We're going to do the same thing that we did for the other one. So I got to move my mouse and keyboard again so that I can use my stylus with my tablet. I'm just going to take the base color and brush tool and change the mode to normal. Make the size smaller. And we'll do the same thing. We're just going to draw. It's supposed to be about the same length as the body. And it's so nice because I'm going to be blurring it so much anyway. It can be really basic and not very detailed. I'll do a little bit right there. So it's coming out from this little heart shape here on the shoulders. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to add some highlights and shadows too. Whoops, wrong thing. I want this one. Copy the color. Ah! There we go. Wait, copy the color. Okay, there we go. It's so great because I don't have to worry about whether it's anatomically correct or accurate or anything, because this is going to be a big blur anyway. Yeah, we back! Welcome back! Thank you for coming back. Everything's going good over there where you are. Okay. Not maybe boop, 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 boop. So super basic. Super basic, easy. It's so nice. Saltawita put a cute Pikachu in the chat. And I'm not even worrying too much. It looks like this one's a little longer than this one. Well, don't worry about it because this one's going to be underneath this flower bud anyway. So, first we did pixelate, mosaic. Oh, I forgot. I need to put mosaic 5 because we can change the cell size. 5 was... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it remembers what you did last time, so I'm pretty sure 5 is what we did. Let me change this title real quick. I'm going to put mosaic and then in more parentheses, 5. Oh! It went away. I keep clicking enter instead of shift because I'm typing sideways. There. Then I'll just do the same thing with the spin blur and make this a little shorter. There. It's quite late for you. Oh, okay. Oh, I hope that you have a great time reading. I love reading before bed. I love it when I give myself enough time to do that. A lot of times I just have to rush to bed to get to bed on time, but I hope you have a great time. And sweet dreams when you finally go off to dreamland. Oh, I'm not on the right layer. There we go. So now we're going to do filter. What did I do? Oh, blur gallery. See, I already forgot, and I just did that other one. That's why I have to put the instructions in there for myself. Is it? Oh, I have to pin it first. There. Put the pin right in the middle. If you're hearing that snoring, I'm pretty sure that's Aoife, who is just barely visible in the upper puppy cam. Dreams are so weird. Oh man, you're telling me. I've been having the weirdest dreams recently, and I can't even remember them once I wake up. I'm just like, oh, thank God I woke up because I was sick of that. Oh, you mean like the idea of dreams? Yeah. My brain has to do incredible stuff, and we still don't, we as in, you know, like humans and human science and all this, we don't even really know why exactly we dream or anything. Yeah. Okay, so I put this at 20. So let's put this on 20. Hopefully it won't take forever to update like last time. Oh, look at that. That went so fast it didn't even have a percentage on there. Nice. So we're going to click OK. Now it has to actually apply. Yeah. Barely remember them. And it's especially weird for me when I have that feeling, like recently, where I know that I have been dreaming so much every night. And yet, when I wake up, I can't even remember what it was about. I only have the feeling that I'm just glad that it's done. Oh, it applied. Hooray! Okay, so now we're going to do opacity 75. We're just gonna do this for all of these bees the same. What? What didn't it like? 75. That's what I put. I don't know what its problem was. Okay, so we just need to make this bee be underneath. So we gotta find the correct layer. If we have the move tool, we can right click. Flowers, shadow 1, blooms right. This is what we want. This is the base layer. And then magic wand to select that whole base layer, but we also want the lines. So we'll go back to the move tool, right click, lines, flowers, blooms right, so we can get onto that layer. And make sure it's the right one by turning it off and on. And then just have to hold shift. And there. So now we're done with all these. Go back to the wings that we were working on and erase the stuff that's on top. Once again, the opacity got changed, and I must have changed it? What the heck? And why is this all... Why is it weird? I am so confused. What is going on? Oh, because it's on normal as well, and what I want is erase. Oh, I was so confused about what was going on. I still don't know why it wasn't at full opacity, though. I want it at full opacity. Why does it keep going down? That's the second time today. Earlier, it was at 90%. Well, someone watching the recording later can rewind and see what happened, but for me, it'll just remain a mystery. I probably just accidentally changed it and didn't realize it. That's the most likely answer. Okay, just erasing extra good to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, deselect and let's save. My voice is breaking again, and I'm out of tea. Well, I'm gonna have to make it through the next 35 minutes. With no more tea. Ah, it looks so good! Yay! And now it's flying instead of just being a random floating jelly bean. Jelly bean! Once wrote my dream down, but it was so simple. Like 10 seconds of it. It's so interesting if you can write down your dreams. Especially I've found if you read one years later, and I find that I can remember it. Even though I would never have been able to, it just never came back to mind, and yet by reading my description of it, like, oh yeah, I did have that dream or whatever. Other times it's really hard to describe because it's so nonsensical that I try to write it down and I just forget it. Then I just go on with my day because I can't do it. Can't write about it. It's too confusing. Oh wait, not the color yet. First I want to name this layer. Bee center down is what it's called. Yeah, I've never quite been able to experience a lucid dream the way others describe it. Like I've had dreams where I'm aware that I'm dreaming. But I've never sort of, it's always felt like the way people describe it is sort of being fully conscious in the dream world and being able to actively make decisions and stuff like that, as if it's just real life, but you know it's a dream or whatever. But it's the closest I've ever come is just being aware, oh, this is a dream, but it's still just sort of happening to me. It's not really me making decisions because now I'm aware of the fact that I'm dreaming. I don't know if that makes any sense, though. Let's get this basic color. Draw a wing. Basic wing. Oh, I'd like to. We're on clear mode. We need normal mode. There you go. Whee! And another one. It's great when I'm drawing these super basic wings. It doesn't even matter if I miss pixels when I'm coloring in or anything, because it's just going to get blurred anyway. It's very low stakes. It's nice compared to everything else I've been doing so far on this piece. I'm a lucid dream tonight. Turn delusion into existence. Yeah, at least while you're there. You've been able to experience that? Do those techniques work? Okay, let's get that brightest color. Why? No! Accidentally hit. No! Hit the wrong thing. I just want to select this color. Thank you. Whee. What did I do here? Okay. Even though I'm mostly making stuff up here for the shapes, I want to try to keep it at least somewhat even from side to side. Best method is waking yourself up at deep sleep time and then sleeping again. Interesting. Oh, but if I ever lucid dream, might have been a few years back. Oh. Oh, so maybe I have had a lucid dream and I just don't remember. That makes sense. Why not? Why wouldn't it be like other dreams where you forget once you wake up? The same from left to right here. There. Let's just call that good. Okay, so let's apply our different filters. Mosaic 5. So then get that nice line texture at the end. Oh yeah. It really bothers me actually is maybe not the same 2 days in a row, but it'll be the same dream. Like, there'll be years in between. And then I have the same dream, and I'm like, no, I'm tired of this dream. I don't want to have it anymore. It's like a fallback. My brain is like, you know what? I love this one. Let's do this one. I'm like, no, I don't want this one anymore. Kind of sucks, but I very rarely have what you'd call good dreams. I have a lot of weird dreams and a lot of anxiety dreams, but it's so rare to just have a really pleasant, dream that I actually regret waking up from. Oh, what? Oh, man. There's pillows for lucid dreaming. Dang. People must be really interested in order for someone to invest in that. Wait, are they verified to work though? Or is it like someone just selling supplements and you don't have any guarantees? I could totally see someone trying to take advantage of people like that. Yeah. A placebo effect, that could be totally real if it hasn't been actually properly tested. So I've been reading a lot about placebo effect and it's so powerful. Alright, we want 20 blur angle here. Satuita, that's me in chase dreams. Ugh! Yeah. The door is too small to latch. Ugh! Scary. Her brake's not working. Yeah. I'll have similar ones, but for me, well, actually, since I became a runner, this doesn't bother me anymore. But before I got into running, I'd have chase dreams where I'm being chased or something bad's happening and I need to run. And I can't run. I wouldn't be able to run and my legs would be so heavy and I couldn't move, and it's just huge terror because you've got to move and you can't. That doesn't happen to me anymore ever since I got into running though. So that's the bonus side effect of running. Oh yeah, falling. Yeah, what I used to do for writing down my dreams is just literally keep a diary with a pen right next to my bed. So the minute I wake up, I grab it, I sit up so that I can actually write, but then I just do nothing but just start writing. It's actually pretty cool because you get some really cool story ideas and stuff that way. Oh yeah, falling. Again. I saw that comment again. Those falling dreams where you wake up and your whole body jumps. Okay, we're going to click OK for that. Yay! Yeah, even if people know it's a placebo, just letting them know how placebo works somehow is all it takes. I think what's great about placebo is it shows how powerful the human mind is. Like, we actually have so much power over ourselves, even though we don't realize it. Energy drink with placebo written on it. Yeah. I love knowing how much power I have over myself because of all these things that show how strong the placebo effect is. One of the coolest things I ever heard was a study where they had people putt for golf, and all they did was either they handed people the putter and just let them putt and then see what their scores were. Or when they handed them the putter, they would say, "This putter's been really lucky today. Everyone who's used it has gotten a really good score." And then people they did better. The people who were told that it was lucky did better. I love reading stuff like that. It's so cool. It's so cool to see what we can do just on our own. Okay, 3 bees done. Yay! Oh, it looks so much better with their little wings fluttering around. Oh, we have so many more to do, though. Who do I want to do next? Let's just go small to big, I guess. So that would be this one next. Reading philosophy, the main thing holding people back is themselves. Oh, I agree. They demean themselves in their own head. I agree. And it's sad because we're so capable if we just decide. If we decide we are. I like the saying, heard it from my husband first. The saying that whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. I don't know who said it first, but I was like, yes, that's my philosophy. I totally believe in that. It's so true. Okay, let's name a new layer. This one is called B Write Down Out. Yeah, next time I'm just totally going to give these actual proper names. So that hasn't actually ended up making a difference, naming them their placement. I thought it would. I thought it would help. That's why I did it that way. But now I'm like, well, I'll just name them Steven and I don't know. All the names I've thought of. Can't think of any more names now. Steven, Samantha, Betty, Haruka, Keiichi. There's no point naming them now. Oh, yeah, don't let me keep you up anymore. Although chatting with you has been awesome, so thank you for that. Oh, yeah, I hope I dream about colorful bees chasing me. Oh, thank you. That's like a huge compliment. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day, great night. Sleep tight, sweet dreams. I like the shape so much better on this one. This one is kind of sad looking. Alright, this is a bit better. I gotta remind myself it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just getting the overall shape of the wing in there that's most important. Because we're gonna blur the heck out of it in a second. Alright, that's good. Now we're gonna copy this brightest color, add the highlights on. No! There. Forgot to change the blending mode of my brush. And the darkest color. Okay. We'll do the same thing for this one. We've got this nice process. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all the bees today, but let's see what we were doing first. Pixelate first, mosaic at 5 cell size. And then blur gallery, spin blur. And we gotta put the pin in right in the middle. Just got a glowing moss pointed cap. Oh, I think I have that. It goes really nice with the dress, I think. I think it goes with that jumpsuit too, but it looks especially nice with the dress since the dress has that cone shape as well. At least that's what I think. Alright, well, we want blur angle 20. And just click OK. I realize now that I know the numbers I'm going to use, I don't have to wait for it to finish updating the preview. I can just click OK. Ugh, my voice is cutting out again. Maybe you can't even tell through the microphone. That would be good. But I can tell. It's kind of gurgly or something. Yeah, like a gnome hat, but it's all shining and magical. Now, this one, I do have a little bit of area to erase. So we'll do that next. Use the move tool to get myself on the correct color layer. And magic wand that. And go back to move tool. Get onto the correct line layer. Hold down shift and magic wand that. Now, we'll go back up to this. Yes, this is the correct one, and just erase. Fairy tale-esque as possible. Oh yeah, so you've been picking the bridges and the slope inclines to match as well. Have you been inviting neighbors based on what their houses look like and stuff on the inside and outside? I was thinking I might do that if I ever started over from scratch. What I did do with my current town, well, island, is I went through and looked at what the interiors look like for tons and tons of villagers, and I picked the coolest looking interiors. I didn't pick for like a theme or anything, just like how cool did their interior look, and I ended up getting a lot of nature ones because of that. But that's how I picked my neighbors that I currently have. Other than Genji. Well, Genji's house is cool enough that I would have picked him anyway, but Genji is my favorite villager. Oh, you just got up to the first 10. Yeah, you could have a fun time too. Instead of trying to hand pick them from the beginning, you could just let ones that have so-so stuff move. And then if you get someone who just looks fairy tale-y, like, no, you're staying forever. And never let them move away. Did I change this? Oh, I didn't. I need to put this to 75%. It was looking a little too bold, and I figured out why. Let's make sure they're all on 75. Okay, they are. Yay, let's keep moving. Next. What's the next biggest flyer here? Looks like this pink one. I think the bigger I go with these, the more accurate I'm going to have to draw the wings for the bees. At this size, it'll probably be okay to continue doing what I have been. But soon, I think it'll be a good idea to get more precise. Bee left down in. To select base color to start. I've never heard of that one before. Oh, yeah, time to make a grand throne room. You can never have too many toilets is the design prompt. That's so great. Restroom refuge. Wow. Yeah. Basically, you could just make a public restroom. They want to live in a public restroom. You could never have too many toilets. I feel like I got one that was good like that. That I did, but I can't remember what it was. Ah. There we go. That's alright. Okay, next, the lightest color. It's great, again, because of the blur. It doesn't even matter if I draw precisely in the lines or if I just kind of fudge it. It's really nice. Really low stakes right now. A red carpet lined with toilets, so that every time you need to go, you have prime choice. Toilet spa experience. Okay, let's do these filters again. Pixelate, mosaic, 5. Done. Then filter, blur gallery, spin blur. And pin it right in the middle. And update it to 20%. Wish it would remember what I had done previously. And we'll just click OK. Change the opacity to 75. Now I have some decisions to make. Well, definitely this bee is below these two that are neighboring it. But is it above or below this flower here? Based on the size of these, say the bees are about, I don't know, a fifth of the size. So I feel like this one's big enough it would be above this flower. So we need to erase any parts that are hanging over these other bees, but we'll leave it hanging over this flower. Oh, we're back on the dreams. Toilet one, gotta pee. Toilet everywhere's 3 in one area or a maze. And they're all really dirty and nasty. Wow, what a horrible dream. Ew. I'm glad I haven't had anything quite like that. I definitely have had dreams where I'm like, I'm not even going to share it because it's like really bad, but like really embarrassing or really frustrating or whatever. That sounds like that kind of category. Like, that's the kind of dream where you wake up and you're like, oh, thank God it wasn't real. Thank God I'm out of there. And then you get up and you have to go to the bathroom. Oops, that's not what I want. I want to select these lines. And we're going to do this bee as well. It's great. These wings are helping with the placement of everything, giving some overlap. I've never experienced that in a dream. That's why that's a tiny opening, so you have to aim. You have to aim really well or it'll be really bad. Wow. Ah! Oh, because I'm not on this magic wand tool. There we go. Now we just need the lines for this bee. There! Now we have to go back to this wings layer. Yes, this is the right one. And get my brush tool, clear mode, and we'll just make the brush really big and erase away. So especially right here, it's great because now we've removed that wings layer from on top of the really big bee. The bee is big not because it's bigger than the other bees, but because it's closer to the viewer. At least that's what it's meant to be. And this can help show that because now this wing is overlapping this flower, but not overlapping this bee. And I don't even know if any of this wing layer actually came onto this green bee here, but just in case I'm erasing here too. Especially since you can never tell the way it's rendered in a computer program isn't necessarily how it's going to look when it's printed. And you can have some unpleasant surprises. So make sure all the pixels are clear. Okay, deselect, let's save. Oh, oh yeah, because you used to have a lot of trouble with that. That's good. I've had that happen recently, actually, when I'm like, in my dream, I'm like, no. And then I wake up from the dream and I'm like, oh no, did that happen in real life too? And then it's like, oh, thank goodness. No, that was just in the dream. So much anxiety. Alright, we have only 4 minutes. So we might not be able to finish the next one. Let's see, what's the next biggest one? I think this. Or this one. On the opposite side. And now we're getting large enough that I think it might be a good idea to start drawing these little veins and stuff more accurately. Because they actually all generally follow the same pattern. That's what I figured out when I was doing a lot of drawing from reference to learn how bees look, how the Hunt's bumblebees look. This pattern is generally the same on each wing. So, with the little bit of time we have left, I think I'll just try to get the general wing shape, and then I won't worry about the pattern. We'll come back to that. No, not next week. Not next week. I have to take, well, I don't have to, but I'm going to be taking next week off because I have to serve as a witness in a court trial. So that's super stressful, and so I'm taking it off from streaming. And also to get prepared. It's not just because it's stressful, I want some time to prepare. So I won't be back to work on this next week. I'll be back to work on it the week after that. So we'll just get a basic Well, heck, there's only so much time left. I think I'll just try to get the layer created to start. B, left, out, middle, down. Left, out, middle, down. All right. And probably get at least one wing. Get one wing done. Wait, we need this base color. Here we go. And this is going to be really interesting because this wing is definitely going to be on top of this other bee here. Wow, it would help if I was on the right blending mode. There. Even though this piece has taken so much time and so much work, I'm really excited for what the final result is going to look like. I think it's going to be all worth it. Especially now that I'm getting closer and closer to the finish line. Alright, perfect. The basic shape's in there. I might change them a little bit when I come back to this next time, but I think that's good to leave it on. And I've got my notes here in this title so that when I come back in over a week, I won't forget how I managed to do this. And we're perfectly on time to end the stream. Yay! Alright everyone, that's it for today's live stream. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for everything you do to support Studio Mikarts. If you're new to my channel and want to see more, please follow Studio Mikarts on Twitch to get notified next time I go live. You can also support me by becoming a Twitch subscriber to get ad-free viewing and cute emotes, joining my Patreon for lovely illustrations in the mail, or sending some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. All the links are in my Twitch About section and in the YouTube description if you're watching the recording. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. It's going to be Chibi Friday. I'm going to be starting a brand new project, so I hope to see you then. Either way, let me wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for watching.